everyone, and we are here to do another watch along, this time on a single Royale, mainly because of No Time to Die. That is meant to come out in November, I mean September, I mean October. God damn it, okay. Well, I'll went about when we're in the title sequence, but we are going to go through all the Daniel Craig James Bond films, you know, the Road to No Time to Die, and all of that. And starting with the Single Way Out, which actually is the first Bond movie I ever saw in the theater. Is the best James Bond movie, I think, and all that. But right now, let's just watch this title sequence and go, Bashar, Bashar, I say. Anyway, the interesting thing about this scene is the choice of going black and white. You know what I mean? And it's a very different type of opening sequence. Definitely if you're experienced with Bond, is the Pierce Brosnan films where they start with a big giant action sequence with explosions and car chases and make it the biggest thing ever. And make it a fireworks show. Well, this one is more intimate. And the action sequence is just brutal. Like that. Just a sort of kick into the toilet. Is showing how brutal the whole thing is. Like each punch, every kick, you can feel the tension, the whack of it. But it's also stating at the time, this is a new Bond, this is how different he is, also how this is kind of the first true reboot. Because in the past, when it's a different actor, it's a soft reboot. Where it's like, yes, it's the same guy, but it's, a little bit differently. And plus, this has probably, the movie itself has the most brutal deaths in the entire series. And it's nice. This action sequence is there for a narrative purpose. While Bond's drowning this guy, take a life, you know what that takes away. Yeah. The part of Bond's soul has officially left, turning into the cold-blooded killer that we all know it to be. Oh, that's a good edit. The shot, spin the camera around, and then the guy flows. Okay, title sequence. Very different, because most of these title sequences are floating ladies. And what this one's is Bond murdering a bunch of folks. With a really good, really good song. I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it. Do I? Sing with me. Anyway, so I wish I got to see those movie and concert things, like Star Wars in concert. There was a Sing Well concert a couple years ago. Before the pandemic, I'm like, I thought for me that would be a cool thing. Plus Secret Cinema, they did a single Secret Cinema, and the concept of it was like, and what you had to do, that was kind of cool. You had to have weather tie one to stand, to go in. Anyway. Oh yeah, my way. Thanks to New South Wales Victoria, because I can't review a single movie at time as the rest of the world, because for the next 2 months, because everything is pushed to November. No Time to Die? November. Venom? November. Eternals is probably the next movie I'm going to see. Anyway. Sometimes I just want to say to myself, can I do my job? No? Okay. Saying some states, middle fingers. Anyway. Other man, do yourself feel what she said, and here's the way. What else is to say you? Okay, I'm singing a little bit. Okay, I'm singing a little bit of the song. Ooh. Can't get back a power to feel you. Can't feel you. By the way, this is a tangent. When I heard the words, the new Bond game, Project W7, and they say this is the first Bond origin story, I'm like, isn't that what so well is? Anyway. You know my name. 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 Okay. A 70s, a 50s pinball machine that still works in 2006. You know what? That would work. It's just the lights and the colors and the points wouldn't be up. It would kind of work, except, the lights. It's so interesting with this, the whole thing. My company, my induction, that the company I work for. It's interesting how now knowing it's Spectre and knowing they didn't have the rights to use Spectre or Blofeld or that situation. It's interesting seeing that evolution of, okay, it's called Quantum. Now we got the rights to Spectre or Blofeld. Well, it's Spectre or Blofeld. A little bit of retconning. This is probably a lot of people's first introduction of Matt Nicholson. Of course, is now popular playing villains. Doctor Strange, him being the new Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. Which I will say, a really good choice. Even though they'll probably add some line about some face changing thing. I don't know. In the third one, just to explain why does one actor, why in this way he looks different from the others. Anyway. Just do it! Doing a little bit of, everyone's like, this is not 2014 when that just do it was a funny thing to do. Now it's just like, really? You're putting old trends in? Like, really? Oh wait. Manchester. Now let's be honest. If this was like in the first trailer, this would be the first scene in the movie. This would be the first scene in the movie. Yeah. Oh. But the opening is fun. The book like halfway through, like while Bond's going to, like the scene after Bond gets tortured, it's like this is the scene between him waking up and him passing out and him waking up in the hospital or whatever. So, but they decide, hey, let's move this scene of Bond first kill at the opening of the movie. I mean, this is a really, really good action sequence. Well, he got bite. I'm sorry. I'm doing the Bond puns. I'm doing the puns at any time that a character dies. And he got bite because there was a snake. That is the best pun I could think of on the spot, okay? Jesus. And everybody will be like, Jesus, you have a weird sense of humor. And really dark. I know. Okay, I am a soundtrack guy. And of course, one of the big things with Bond is they have the main theme, which is the Bond theme we all know, but the movie theme for each film, which is the title song, and how they're able to weave it in, how David Arnold was able to weave it in for the movie like this. Definitely when we hit a point where there. Listen. I don't know. I mean, this is a. And this movie is really well edited together. I think everybody knows me doing the video game edit things. You kind of notice editing techniques a little bit more and how fluid it goes. I wonder why the show probably to remind people, yes, Bond did drop a bunch of, but make sure that no one's dead. Bond didn't kill a bunch of people yet. Yeah, he didn't kill a bunch of innocent workers. Oh well, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be on top of the crane. Yeah, that can be fine. Yeah, it's not like because of whistle falling people like that stuff. I mean, that's clearly some people. I'm wondering, trying to remember, is this like the first time we ever saw free running in a movie or the concept of free running? I think it is. And then like you know, at least there's a character they were doing nearly every action movie, like even just a straightforward action film. Oh. Now, here's a little bit of trivia. Did a CGI course, and one of the tasks was to put yourself in a movie. You know, green screen on that. And I maybe put myself into this film, a Bond busting the wall, and then pause it, and me walking in, doing the whole, like, what? Motherfucker, who did that wall? It was you, wasn't it? Yeah, that whole thing. That was me. Yeah, so I do that scene. A lot of people did, like, MCU stuff, and I thought it'd be a little bit different. I'm always that guy who does, like, the opposite thing that people do. And also, I'm that guy who kind of goes at the top. Like, okay, this is the highest that you want to be, and then slowly go to a certain level. Because you never know. You may be an actor. Like, photography, right? You know, someone could, like, never done modeling, shot models before, and, yeah. Yeah, I always, go do, the full-on, the farthest that you can go, and then kind of lower your expectations to be like, okay, yeah, at this level. I don't know why I'm rambling on this right now. Anyway. So my metaphors is always weird, by the way. Everybody's like, no shit, Charlotte. Oop. Wow, that's a dong to the head. Everyone's like, oh my god. Start with the puns. And it's like, he didn't die. he got beaten up. Anyway. Nope. Okay, fine, you'll have him. So, go to a embassy, maybe not the smartest in the world, just point out there, but... Well, he blew out, what's it? Oh god, no, I have it in my head. He burned down the house, that's what he is. See, Bond burned down the house. That's your pun. 3 puns in the span of 5 minutes, this is wonderful. Like 10 minutes. And everyone's like, oh Jesus, can you stop with the puns? You know what the interesting thing about it is, knowing a good chunk of this movie is poker. I don't know what the hell they're talking about when the poker stuff comes around. And yo, man, dude, pay attention. You're playing poker, it's not, you know. Yeah. At least he was playing the game, not perving on the opponent's GF. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, excuse me. Well, at least we know he's not. You know how we know he's a bad guy? Because he's not Apple. He's not using an Apple computer. Anyway. I played out the board. But the ducks are over there. Don't, like, here's the water. Don't chuck them into the water. Jesus, dude. Mm-hmm. When that went for orders, or it was if you were going to go rogue or rebels, we kind of knew who the bad guys were, so it was easy to get them. Yeah, probably easier. Yeah. Really? This is gonna be one of the situations where, like, I don't think even government computers can do this. And everyone's like, kind of. I would sure people are like that. It's like maybe kind of. Oh, it is like a GPS thing, so it's easy to be like, okay, we know the location you are, we just don't know exactly where you are. That could be something. Yeah, big picture, bud. Big picture. I mean, probably also realistically, the what about a letter? I mean, again, a letter is a symbol. Especially, that's a big ass Buddhist word. Shit, I don't have a dictionary with me. Does that start with a D, E? Where we're looking at here? Yeah, about that. I mean, that time that he does do it, it'll be a good damn reason. But yeah, he's gonna break into his house again. Yeah, after the take the bloody shot happens. It's that for reference. That's so realistically, knowing that he took the bond maker at a country's another country's embassy, it wouldn't go well because he would just get chased and chased, and guns were fired, guns were fired. So it just yeah, the how he did it would not. He wouldn't be able to get out of Madagascar. Let's say that. Unless it turns into giant Grand Theft Auto where Rampage was Rampage style. Oh, but so it was like the Bahamas not in Canada, but I'm like, oh, it's a bunch of flags. Okay, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Just because it's some dude in a white shirt in front of the car does not make him like the car poster thing. Jeez. No, not all white shirts look alike. Jesus. I mean, where's that a fraction? Bond knew it would work. He knew about it. So he's like, if I just fire the alarms, everything will be fine and no one will ever notice. Surprised there wasn't that one security guy. But, yeah, coffee break, tea break, lunch. You never know. Oh yeah, 12, yeah. Shifts and security people might be paying for lunch, yeah. 6... Is it funny that... No! Is it funny that this movie came out, what, December? What's it? December this film came out, November. And we're focusing... And this movie is set in July. I'm wondering if that was the original release date or something. I don't know. It's a type of stuff that shouldn't really matter, but you're like, curious. But November's always like a Bond, like October, November, December. It's always like that's kind of the date that a Bond movie always hits in theaters anyway. So. Oh, nice car. Does it come with a ejection seat or a burger glass, oil slick? Buzz Sharp, because that clearly someone's not good with clearly someone's not good at their job, because once again, tailor job, because that's shit that are not should not be allowed to give away. Must be that Bond charm. For your eyes only, I guess. Yeah, because he's wearing a black shirt, you can see he's a bartender, don't you? Don't you? Like, customers, visitors to a hotel, always assuming everything. Once again, I know nothing about poker. So I don't know anything about poker. I don't want to have that again. So this is going to be a lot of silence. It's going to be a lot of silence after the movie. Definitely in the second half where we hit the poker stuff. Yeah, table money and that's it. Don't use wheel money. Oh, I assume that's a big thing. I assume that's a big thing just because the music, the eye expressions, her saying Ace's wing. I just assume that's a big thing. These poker scenes probably were hell to shoot. Knowing that so many ways you can shoot someone around a flipping, table. Anyway. Do these does this Asamanti come with machine guns and a Jester seat? I just realized I said the same joke. Yeah, it's like it's at the Ocean View Villa, like literally, like because it's in Bon. You have to be a bit of a smart, don't you? Gotcha. You gotta drive all around this big ass roundabout. I mean, yeah, it's a neat little joke. I won't lie. Bon charm, ladies and gentlemen. Bon charm. Actually, I wouldn't be shocked if that would work. Yeah. Would that just be annoyance, or would that be, haha, for 30 seconds you want to be a bit smart, you want to be a smarty pants, or something? I don't know. Okay, go ahead. Hey, if it's the Ocean Blue Villa, why does it pull? Hmm. Bond likes to be the fling. Doesn't want to take anything seriously. I mean, realistically, if Bond wasn't Bond and he was doing this, Ulysses would not just kill her but kill him, right? That would be a thing. Well, it's PG-13. It is a PG-13 movie, so that ain't gonna happen. This is not License to Kill when the actually License to Kill, sorry, MA or we are just because the violence is very sweet. Mm-hmm. Dude, have you ever heard don't mix business with pleasure? Bloody hell. Oh, I mean, the husband that the girl that you're making out being a cop blocker, yeah, makes sense. You know, the previous versions would like ask the questions later and then sleep with the woman, or before sex ask the questions and use the charm to do it. Anyway, it's just weird merging the two together. I don't know. Wasn't gonna be a winning formula anyway. How far is Miami to the Bahamas? Wait, the Bahamas near Miami. Yeah, my geography's all over that place. Anyway. Oh, excuse me. Bodyworks. That's actually. I mean, this art is actually not bad. Like, this is what the brain looks like, or our heads looks like when we're just doing normal activities. That guy at the bar, he's like sitting there bored. The blood just there. Kind of neat. I didn't get the little headpiece thing. Could be. Nope. Whoa! Talk about stab in the guts. No, 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 that's not a good one. Damn it. I'll get better. I'll get better. It's a keychain, dude. You could easily just put it next to it. Anyway. But my guess they would read it as a bomb, and anyway, on the anyway, just with the thing anyway a lot. I don't going all doing the ducking down thing. That wouldn't work because you can be what? You're crawling to the dressing room. Oh, that's a quick change. 30 seconds. It was wait, one prototype. You know they don't make one prototype, right? Anyway. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, right now I'm just busy watching the movie. I don't have anything to comment, really. I mean, this scene is really like intense. There's, my guess, because there's a bomb on, the flight is there's a bomb, there's a plane, there's a attempt of a bombing an airport. That there's a clock going, so you're like the tendency is there while having this like really well put together action sequence. And clearly, this guy's a terrible shot. I mean, basically, that's what all these action sequences are. They're this like really intense action sequences. Yeah. Because it's all there now the purpose or the reason behind the action sequence, then just bad guy, good guy, you two fight now. You know. Yep. No, I can't think of one. I was thinking of one, like a pun of like of the cop car getting fly for I don't know. But all the ones I could think of would become very like off-colored, off-tone, offensive level of puns. Not just a easy, simple, yeah. Come here. No, yeah, come back. Oh. And probably also helps with is the music, like this kind of like you have that Bond type music from like definitely from Tomorrow Never Dies, but with this wafting pace of this rustling of the clock. Yeah, even if you save the day, dude, you understand how much mayhem you made? Jesus. I think he found his keys. Oh my god, that's a good one. I just thought of that. That's a good one. I like that one. That's a neat one. He just found his keys. I actually like that. Okay, bow with that one. Oh, anyway. So how much money? So how many Hot Toys would that be? Like 20, 30, 40, 60? Just trying to understand how much cash. Should I? Would I? No, no, no. I'm not gonna make a pun. I'm actually full of it, but no, 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 no. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Um, yeah. But it's like a horror movie. You know what I mean? Have sex with him, or in this case, almost have sex with him, and you die. Yeah. This is part like the first two Daniel Craig Bonds, Single Whale and Content of Solace, never went dive into the gadgets. And in this movie, this stander and the defibrillator in the glove box is like the only gadget what you would see in the first 20 films. It's weird to say the first 20. You're like, normally like, oh, the PS5 or the PS6 or the PS2 or the PS film. No, the PS20. I mean, we could say that about the MCU, but yeah. Yeah, we all know how that leads. A little bit of a whoop. Vespa? Mostly attached. That's man at the beginning. I'm wondering when the music comes along, does anyone like start singing the lyrics or humming in their heads? Okay, here's the thing. We'll get this line out of the way here. Okay, okay. So back in 2006, when I was like 10, I thought she was Moneypenny. She was the new Moneypenny because of that line of, and the money, every penny of it, equal Moneypenny. Thought she was actually Moneypenny, and then she gets killed at the end of the film, so clearly she wasn't. And I might be a little bit focused right now. Um, uh, okay, let's get this out of the way. I mean, this entire scene is really damn good. This whole train sequence. Definitely when they're talking about this. So I might be just glued just on this scene. Focus on this scene. Okay, where's my pen? Let me find out how poker works. They're bringing each other. So it's such a good scene. I just want to keep saying that. Yep, it's kind of wet spot in a nice bow tie. Well, there's always a cleaning theory. Yeah, if you don't know, two, there's a coning theory out there about how to explain the previous six versions, all six versions of the character, and that is Bond's not actually a person; it's a code name who shares several traits to fit like that whole thing. I'm like, no, can we just be one dude, or just get two dudes because it's how the first five is a separate thing, and now actually be three. So it's by the way, you know, going. But anyway. Okay, people are going to be quite curious. The people who actually know me, who might be listening to this, they might be curious. How long is it until I mention a certain thing? Just, I remember I may not use that line once when high school had to do a we imagine a scene from Midsummer Night's Dream, so we did some reality TV version of it, and I just naturally wrote it, and I forgot. Wait, that's supposed to say wow. Hold on a second, time out. you know, it didn't work. It didn't work in context, so we had to cut it out. But anyway. Paranoid. Really? Really? Because there's a lot of space there. Could be a lighter we'll be playing now. Anyway, I actually do like the concept of it's a very romantic version of like here's two people who don't actually like each other who slowly after the story will fall in love in a span of what 80 minutes, a span of an hour. Yeah. See the flip layer. Does does anyone carry a flip layer in the glove box who do not have a medical issue or have a medical needs to have one? Does like what? Does anyone? No, no, no. I don't think so. Decide have a go out for have a drink at a cafe. It's a bit questionable. It would be questionable. Sometimes you feel like having a meal, going out a meal by yourself. Yeah. Mm. Except you all sweet. How long? How long till the it's like a couple of years off. Damn it, with the wall sweet. You know, starts just. I mean, there's so many good things just between Bond and Vesper in this movie. Like even them yapping about like this scene about things to wear just works. Okay, fuck it. Let's get this thing out of the way. Okay, so back and it still is. So in back in 2006. Seeing, how do I break this down? Okay, Eva Green is my celebrity crush, the celebrity crush. Ever since seeing Royale, okay? I'm just gonna say it. We're gonna edit. I Smallville can be the I go eat, la la, because humor, joke, satirical stuff. Yeah, 2010. That's where I'm like, oh my god, that's what a woman looks like, and it still is the number one celebrity crush. Anyway, we'll end this off. Yeah. But again, the scene between the scenes between Bond and Vesper is such a just little moments, building the relationship, the friend, the two people don't stand each other, two people who become friends, two people to the point they care about each other, to the point actually it turns to love. Even though, here's the thing, Vesper's a completely different character from the book. She's a Russian spy whose assignment was to fall in love with this British Secret Service named James Bond. So when he says the bitch is dead, he feels fully betrayed, and understand why he doesn't respect women as much as he would. More following the whole blooded killer aspect of the character. Oh, it's Watcher. I've been Gordon. I'm wondering if I will ever say a what if joke. Probably I would. I love that line. Every bank account in the world, you know it ain't. Probably only in this side of the map. Anything beyond the side of that map is no. UK, Canada, but basically Switzerland, any of the big, I wonder why Vesper. Out of all things in the world, could be just like, well, that's a very easy, tricky name to, it's not an obvious name to pick. Could be. So this is just gonna be me being silent for the next 30 minutes, isn't it? Because we're dealing with poker, even though this would be a pain in the ass to shoot. Because your job is have a poker game, which is just people looking at cards and moving chips for 30 minutes, and make it look appealing. They probably have to do the whole make it look like it's a big table where actually it's like half a table or something. I don't know. No. You may say he has I was gonna say golden eye, but I was thinking of trying to do another Bond, title Bond, but nah. Doesn't work. Is she golden eye? Blind eye? Blinded eye? Nah. He's a villain, so I can make fun. But she is a villain, I can make fun of him. No comment. And it's just a joke that you have whitely in your head. Yeah, I'm just not. I will let you say it, and then we can move on. See, I'm not. Anyway. I guess Bond wins, my guess. Does anyone had that since that movie? Since this movie? Let the guys have all a drink. Goodness sakes. I'm wondering. Here's the thing. Has anyone like? Is it easy to make these days? Like a Vespa, like the Vespa, the drink that this damn thing that Ilflame made. But here's the thing. I have never tried a Marco Martini. I know, it's saying right. Like I've been to bars and all that, but it's never on the menu for in their cocktails. Like a friend of mine who worked in a bar said, "Dude, just ask. Like it's a simple thing to make, but it's not on the menu. If it's not on the menu, they may not have it." Anyway. What hour? Would it be enough to go to the hotel and all that and have a power nap and go back? Yeah, probably. Mm. Also, I was going to say something, but it would make a lot of sense. Jesus, dude. He lost one round. He lost. He lost one round. There's like some others' patience, dude. Jesus. I think he won't get it, but patience. By the way, it's a bit of a tangent. Hey, remember that Batman Begins Nickelback TV spot? Someone did a sing well version of that. I think it's pretty good. They use um the what's like I wouldn't be really good at my job if I did and to hit the chorus and use the explosion at the beginning as the in the cut. It's actually a really good one. That's why I sing well Nickelback or you know Nick, Batman TV spot sing well. Actually, it's really well edited. Anyway. So, get your arm or I'll chop your head. That's not much of a punishment because she's unable to get her arm out. If her head's gone, Jesus. I'll just cut it a bit. I mean, it's not horrible, but you know, you're like, oh. I know, with PG-13, I thought we would have Kill Bill blood guts spilling everywhere. Arm dropped to the floor or something. Or at least a hand to apply it, but anyway. Like, this scene is... Once again, this scene is fantastic. That's a sense of intensity. That's... and it's a quick one. Just a quick fight scene. Like, you think about it, each action sequence has like a clock attached to it. You know, get down to you had the one to the NC, you had the bomb in the airport, and you got this scene, and later we're gonna have the you know, the Vespa and you know, a house, you know, fumbling to the ground. And this is the most there's the most brutal death in this. Like this, see Bond strangling a dude while slowly getting the guy's life teared above him. I mean, basically, this action sequence and the whole, you know, these guys that are there, just so we have a break from the poker. So people who are not into the poker stuff, hey, don't worry. In a couple of minutes, we'll have a couple of bits and pieces to keep you energized from it. It's interesting, like, figuring out, like, why this death, you know, took something out of him. Is it because it's just that's, you know, there's certain deaths that affect him for no matter whatever the reason is? Is it because it's Vespa and he has maybe not romantic feelings but kind of cares about her and it's the first time he had to kind of care, make sure someone's okay with it? You know, have to, in a way, protect someone. The reference of like, yeah, don't worry, I dealt with them. But if you want to have like the actual scene, what do you think is the scene where like the romance is maybe sighing to pick it through? It's probably this scene, the scene of Vesper Bond in the shower, her having the whole like she's cleaning herself, but all she sees is blood on her hands, and yeah. Plus, it's a really good scene. Most of the scenes in this movie is between Bond and Vesper. I'm going to hammer home that. Like the first hour, like the first like 56 minutes, whatever, is it's good. It's really good, and you're like, wow, this is really well paced. It's very different. It's very all that. But then the romance hits, and it's just goes on a whole different, romance building kind of hits on a whole different level. Also, the Vesper's theme is great. Like, which is simply called Vesper. And then you had the Death of Vesper, which is actually another piece of really good music. Anyway. Mac is seeing that you're not as cold hearted as you may feel, Bond. Yes. I mean, the only. I mean, the only conformity out of the four films is because like you have Oddjob with the hat, and you got the Blofeld with the star across his cheek. You have uh, 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 Jaws with the metal teeth. Those like deformities, right? But Sheaf is like the only one out through the series. Now we don't know about No Twin Died, but is the only one with that deformity. Oh yeah, there's Silver, in Stifle, but yeah, and they kind of just like he has it. It's not there's no reason behind it. He just has a star and he weeps. It's like the star that never heals. The watcher didn't see something. It is funny now knowing like some things. Yeah, knowing like, you know, Yeah. Again, it is poker scenes, for God's sakes. It's poker scenes. So I'm trying my very hardest to talk through them and actually, you know. Well, I just realised there's that line at like the first time the second time we meet the chief, when he's talking about the weeping blood is nothing sinister. There's no telltale sign about it. Wow. And having the information about, hey, oh my god, okay, the weeping blood is not, it's nothing sinister. There's no sign of it. It just weeps. And having this whole thing of Bond thinking he's bluffing, no, and we think he's not. We know he's not. That's a really good subtle hint. A piece of information that we heard in the first 20 minutes, and it comes back in less than an hour. Wow. Really good writing, really good editing, really good storytelling. Jesus. Brain summy blown? Is that a thing? And Bond really, he fucked up. And here comes another great scene in Modern Vesper. This, like, you know, Bond calling Vesper a bloody idiot. That's the scene it's like, well, this argument scene. This is a really good scene. God damn it. And Bond's ego is playing. Yeah. Outward this movie, Bond is always fooling himself. He thinks he can always do everything. Yeah, I know I can do this, but he, like, even if he fucks up, it's like, no, there's another way. And all that. I mean, to be fair, I know probably some people are like, yeah, that's shitting on the fans. No, but fuck off. Well, in the context of the movie, I'm being pissed. I think I wouldn't care two shits about about if my team was shaking or stirred. Just saying. It took me a while. It took actually the third watching on this movie to be like, holy shit, that's Felix. It didn't clock my mind. And when the first time seeing this movie, wait, that's Felix Leiter. Because here's the thing, I did saw a good chunk, like a probably like all of the previous films when back in 2006. So yeah. I'm happy to watch old movies before I was a weak on the eye. I just gotta just put it out there. You know, I have seen movies from 1942. What's the oldest movie I ever seen? Oh, the black and white Midsummer. Yeah, probably that's it. Yeah. Anyway, from like the 1920s or 1930s, whatever. Ooh, this way. Now, in the book, this is not the poison. It's a Seafair in the book has like a cane, and the cane's actually a gun. So, and in the book, it's like pointing the gun at his leg and be like, "Fuck up! If you do it, I'm going to kill you right now." Of course, they change it with the poison, which is actually a more subtle way. It's a more, it's a, yeah, it would be a more hell of a subtle way. Well, a vesper drink like a snake is a little bit poison. Of course, drinking, trying to puke it out. I mean, here's the thing also. The cinematography and the lighting of this movie is fantastic as well. I always curious, how do you open those doors with the black handles anyway? It's just like, no, you just push it forward. That's a bit. But this scene is tense. And once again, this is a scene that I'm probably going to shut up about, not talking. I know what it is. It's that weird swear thing. But it's not like I've seen the movie before. And of course, you can actually see the wire not hooked. Like, you know why it's not working. You're like, come on, Bond, recognize it. But it's a. Literally. See, that's a good pun. So also, it's a good way to be like, F you, I'm not dead, my ever. Like, this is why Marcus is here. Marcus is here to tell us, oh, Bond's winning, he's losing. No, this person has it. Bashif is kind of winning. It's Shift. He needs to have the hands on the phone, or the cards, and all that. Even though I might get, I'm still. Whew! 6. Other ways it means high, as most wazing does. What was it in the book? It was like nickel. No, nickel. Baccarat. That's what it was. It was Baccarat. It was something whack or something, but yeah, snooker. Some card game that's like no one ever plays now. Or does play, but no one actually knows. Texas Hold'em is more modern, and we all understand how the concept of that. Shit. Again, Bond, are you gonna land this time? Oh wait, because I doubt people at the theater would gonna be had that calculator next to them. 460 million. I doubt that. I doubt it. This is a situation where like everyone has good cards. It's all about who has the better. Everyone has good cards, but it's all about who has that great card. Now, what I'm understanding from people who actually play poker is the card that Bond gets. It's like is 1 in 1 billion that you're actually going to get. Like a 5/7. Like I'm not good at solitaire. I don't understand solitaire. How it works. I seriously do not understand. Like so, like anything color, like I'm like okay. He's not complaining. Yeah, that's also a celebration that I won and still alive. That's a double of a celebration. That's what I've been calling it. Oh yeah, because I get it. Yes, I get what you, I get what the double entendre is. Polite to think about that. No. Oh, actually, we are just like the actual reasons or how you find out those said reasons. The thing about it is the Bond girls. So the Bond girls in the previous 20 were basically the bombshells, or they were smart, but they kind of all fell under the Devil's West category, right? Or they get well written, but they always at the end all fall down to the. It all kind of. It didn't matter how well written they were in the first two acts. They always come down to the, all fell down to not well written in the last end. But Vespa onwards, like Singapore onwards in this era, they like yes, Bond at this moment is going to say Vesper's kidnapped. He's going to be trying to do it. The hero and come down and save the day, but they at least make her a character and make her assistants through the time movie, even after the torture scene. How many cars do you think they destroyed? How many damn good cars like this do you think they destroyed? Probably like five, probably. Or they're like, yeah, one shot of this. One shot. Yeah, one car. Oh god, shaky cam. Of course, the idea is the point of view of Bond, so the shaky cam sizing makes sense. Just I don't like it. Steady cam with a little bit shaky, fine, but shaky, ooh, no. Now, I wonder, knowing this scene is a a toxic. It's the darkest scene ever in a Bond movie. Of like we've seen Bond getting tortured, but it's always in a ridiculous sense. Bond. There's a guy with a hook for a hand, but he's going to bend one of his fingers and threatening to do it, or some medieval tool like into what's not enough. But this is the most like the pain, and you're like, this is also going to be like, hey, people who say things need to be R, things need to be MA. you can get away with doing this shit. Of seeing a man getting his balls whacked by a carton beer. Now in the book, turns out it's a whip. Either way, it's fucking. It's it's horrible. Ugh. Every man went owie. Every hit, every scene, we all knew where it was leading to. Actually, they what's it called? Like a, you know, those actors and actors thing. They did one with Daryl Craig and Matt Nicholson, and they talk about the scene and how, because how dark it is, they went like, you know, this dark, edgy like actor thing, and it's like the director Mark Cameron was like, "Come, dudes, it's a Bond film. We have to at least do a pun. We need to at least have some kind of levity attached to it." Mm. 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 Now, in the book, there is a passage while this is happening where. Oh! Uh, uh, okay. So, so there's a scene in the book where Bond, of course, is getting tortured like this, and he goes back all those times where he has talked to people, previous MI6 agents who have been in this situation, and they mentioned that it just becomes numb. Your body is so used to it to the point it just tickles, and in a way, it kind of becomes that. In a way. Uh, uh, and that scenes that, and those scenes like on the left, no, to the right, and that line is there for left, ladies and gentlemen, knowing how we're like, it's a dark super space. Oh my god, we're seeing our main character get his balls whacked by a carton beer. Okay, we need some levity. We need some goddamn levity here. It went. Oh no! Why it took me a while to figure out what they were doing to Vespa? God damn it! Jesus. I mean, if you kill him, how, like, mean, you see he's trying to get the money? Oof. There's a scene, there's like a later scene, it could be just pacing and all that kind of stuff, but there's a scene the later scene, sorry, where it's just Bond going through the hospital. I'm like, why that cut? It's probably for pacing. It is a long movie. It is, like, at the time, the longest film in the series, or maybe the second longest. How long was that Secret Service? It was pretty long. Now, but how you start walking? Or are you trying to dig some information? Just, it's probably you're drinking salt water, or you probably or sugar water, realistically. He's just sleeping. I mean, look how great the cinematography is. Like how blue the ocean view is. No comment there. I was going to list a bunch of films, but I'm not going to do it anyway. Logan, loaded. Okay, fancy business word. Did the name, please? Distance. Really? I'm in hospital. My balls are in not a fantastic shape and probably never will ever again. And you don't give me chocolates. I mean, to be fair, Vespa is it's not a name you can easily forget. I mean, seriously. It's better than, like, Pussy Galore. It's better than that. Or Holly Goodhead. Or Playing a Tool. Or, Zen on the Top. Am I missing any? Legend of Giant? No, that was some powers. I'm probably missing a couple. Little finger. Why a little finger? That's very specific. That's very specific. Why a little finger? Wow, that like really went over my head back in 2006. Yeah, and then I figured it out. Like the the scene, this scene of the whole I love you" type of scene. It works. It works. May I say the romance is probably like the best handled thing, plus all the other things they handle in this movie pretty damn well. It'll be a Okay, this is the love profession scene. The last the little figure scene. I don't know why I call it that. The little figure scene is basically the whole we experienced a very horrible traffic event and that's our personal connection. This is the have at home. These two have a romantic thing together. At least one has. Am I shouting? I feel like I'm shouting. Have I been shouting for the last 2.5 hours? Hmm. Well, nearly 2.5 hours? I mean, this music. What's it called? Venice or something? Something of Venice. Travel of Venice or Bond's a good guy. You know why? Because he's wait. Bond can't be a good guy because he's not having Apple. If you don't know, in Knives Out, turns out they were going to have Apple as the phones, but Apple was like, nah, you can't. The villain, we have a rule that only good guys shall have Apple products. So now, forever, if there's a murder mystery, just check their phones. Yeah, I think because of the iPax thing, I thought he was the guy from Thunderbolt. You know, it's just a modernized version of it, but clearly it's like, hey, how do we have those Bond villain s things without making it so stupidly ridiculous? No, because the last one we did this, we definitely think about whitewash a Asian person with Gustav Graves. Being the being the general soldier at the beginning of Die Another Day. If we can think about it, they whitewash it. Anyway. You know what? Ever since has now been releasing What If, I think naturally your brain goes to what if this is this franchise? Be interesting. Like, what if Vesper lived? That could be an interesting episode or an interesting movie. What if Vesper lived? What would happen? Probably that's what No Time to Die probably would be a thing. Like this, like there's a clock. You think about it, most of the action sequences has this intensity because there's a clock attached to it. It's the clock of finding Vespa. Where is she? Where with Bond's like, where is she? Where all those. There's a rule about in Bond, which is you don't go to the same location twice. Well, that's a little pretty hard now, knowing after 25. You can't do the same location twice. Oop. And once again, a clock attached to it. I mean, this is for a big, like for your last big set piece. This is a really good one. But you got a couple of clocks. You got, the clock to Vesper. Saving her. I say that loosely. And the clock of the building falling down. I so wish I so wish I got to do it. Went to the Royale in concert. Damn it! Just this music is really damn good. I think that's all models. Like a little bit of CG, a little bit of model with because you can't really flood the entire. Well, you could actually flood the entire set, but because Bond's the whole thing about series is like if you do it, you do it for real. And of course, every action sequence has a narrative purpose. It's not there for like, go, people might get bored and have a bit of an action sequence here. It's like, no, there's actually a reason behind it. Oh. And of course, the little hints of the theme. Because it's like, he's not Bond yet. He's not the character that we know. I mean, technically, no, he has. Because they do the whole thing of like, now he's James Bond, no, he's it. Now he's James Bond, we all know, no. Now he is, no, he's it. Now he is, no, he isn't. Now he is, no, he isn't. So it's a little bit of that. This music. What's the track called? The track is called The Death of Vesper. Or Death. Not the, but, just Death of Vesper. and it's and speaking of, if you check the behind the scenes stuff for this, like literally they had to teach these two how to like, or at least Eva Green's got to act. They had to teach her how to realistically act like you're realistically drowning, and it, you know, it is really like seeing Bond, like, of course, understanding so the woman he loves is drifting up, but then she's just floating at like Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, first things first, because I know he's going to try to do CVR. Um, First things first, she's not on a flat surface. She's not on a flat surface. Okay? She's on a tilt. You know, so the water is going to be like midway. Right now, you're probably just pumping the water down. No, no. And also, you're missing like 15 more. You know, pump out the chest. And that's when Bond became the cold-hearted bastard. It's like you fell in love with someone, they get taken away from you. Mr. White. Wait, were you there the time? Like, you were there while the building was falling and the gun firing? Because they got the money. So, in a way, it's that situation of, like, yeah, the sheep got killed. In a way, it's a move that, yeah, Bond survives at the end, but Bond loses. He loses the woman he loves. He loses, in a way, his humanity, and the bad guy wins. If you think about it. Spectre wins. Or Quantum wins. And that is the last 4 words in the book. Actually, it's called The Bitch is Dead now, but the last 4 words of the book was those words. I probably knew probably realistically, she knew that you were going to follow her and try to stop her, stop the guys and all kind of stuff. Which actually, thinking about it, like, you know, No Time to Die hasn't even come out in any country, so we don't know how the movie's going to play out. But it does feel like Swan is going to be like the whole what if Vesper lived? You know, what would it be? And you know, that's what I think. Could be wrong, but you know. It's got beautiful cinematography. in the first level of the Quantum Solace video game. Yes, I said that right. I mean, basically, the video game of Quantum Solace is Single Royale featuring Quantum Solace. It's basically playing Single Royale mostly, except a couple scenes. But anyway. Of course, the music creeping up, creeping, and the thing about these credits, they ain't that long. They're about what, 4 minutes long? Because, but of course, say those words. And that is Casino Royale, of course. And of course, I will go through Quantum Solace, Skyfall, and end with Spectre. So at least parts of the globe can be ready and be prepared just in time for No Time to Die. So actually, right now I just want to hit the theme. So bear with me. Do 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 do. Do do.